data analytics gives you the advantage of getting to answer questions in a faster time. In esports, you have a topic where all those technologies can be applied with an actual great purpose.
The Pango not going to be able to do work in that series. Now the question is, do you think that we could see the Pango come out from this squad again? Or is,
no, I think they're going to change the team name back.
Yeah. Maybe we go back to no Pango here. Yeah, maybe.
When you look at what they were able to do in games 2 and 3 of the first series of the day against Liquid, after dropping the first game of that series 30 games to 2, really was Ghostic on the axe in game 2, and then very nearly on the Tide in game 3 that almost carried them past Liquid. And to put him on a Pangolier in this match where 10-15 minutes in the game, he's like the third least farmed hero on the map.
Fun fact, he did not have a single CS for 8 minutes.
He was 1v3? What? You leave your Pangolier 1v3?
I'll be completely honest. When I'm watching, I'm like, wait, this looks really bad. I'm turning to you guys. If I notice it's bad, it's pretty gosh darn bad.
I was essentially banging my head on the table.
I want to ask, though, one more time before we move on. What do you think that they were going for? Because you talk about the squad sometimes coming up with weird things, seeing things that other teams don't see, making it work.
And look, it's partly why I picked him, because the last couple of times I thought Treant was dead. They've looked good on Treant. I learned about the, Reddit, go ahead and flame me. I learned about the Anchor Smash placing debuffs, including Deso, when I saw Ghostic do it in the game. He was like, a mid-Tide Hunter builds Solar Crest and Deso. I'm going, what is going on? And then all of a sudden in a fight, he walks in and Anchor Smashes and like 3 people die.
The way Kyle was hyped about it seems like he figured out that as well. Like it was his first time, probably.
But anyway, this is a team that has a way of making that kind of stuff work. But oh man, that Pangolier looked so brutal.
I mean, I mentioned that the hero is unplayable, and we can see why. The hero just doesn't feel strong at all, especially... He's not the comeback hero. If you're not having a good early game, you're not going to come back with the Pango. Also, we can go back to the draft issues on their side. Do you want to play fast? Do you want to play slow? What do you want to do with these heroes? Because in my head, it doesn't make any sense. You have a Lone Druid, you have a Pango, and then you have a Sven Lich, and... Juggernaut, so it's kind of mix.
Well, let me ask you,
the heroes that don't match well together.
I don't know about that, because I think the Lone Druid can feel a bit slow, but the current incarnation of Lone Druid, you're almost always going the range build. You're building smaller damage items. I think he can play a little bit fast. He still gets Demolish on his bear, so he can still hit towers. The other thing I really whiffed on in this game was the mid matchup. I thought that Lone Druid was going to do a lot better, but Ori's Tiny was ahead from wave 1 in that mid lane. Did I just whiff on that lane, Lacoste?
I think Lone Druid could have done better. I'm not an expert Lone Druid player, but I think he could have done better.
I swear I've seen a couple of pretty good Lone Druid players play that lane and do just fine. But Ori really looked like he outclassed Sailor from very early on.
So you don't think necessarily that it is just the hero-hero matchup with the Tiny and the Lone Druid, but maybe just the way that Tiny and the Lone Druid was played.
Yeah, and at this point, I thought Vici might throw another game.
Yeah.
Really weird movement from them. They made 5 kills out of that for no Pango, but they managed to come back. Like this Pangolier is basically not doing anything. He barely tanks the Tiny's combo with full Vanguard.
Yeah, it really does have to be said that for all we're talking about the problems with the Pango and with the team, not just the hero, this was not a great game from Vici. I remember at some point, I mean, they made a move onto a level 12 Juggernaut under his mid T2.
She does not know if she's going to survive or not. She barely lived there with almost no HP. Vici Gaming played really sloppy, I gotta say. Not the best execution.
Well, think about how they actually got here too, right? So it has been a little bit of a theme of the day, and when you start to think ahead about the rest of this series, is it all on Vici right now to tighten things up, or do you think if Pango cleans up their draft a little bit, this could be a series that they really can crack open?
I feel like the No Pango needs to have a better draft. They showed in the previous series that they played that they can have a really nice draft. I personally didn't like this one, and it just didn't end well for them.
Yeah,
I gotta say, I love Oracle as a hero, especially against Sven and Lich. The Dispel mechanic is just too good.
It's super strong.
Yeah, also, Pango can't use any of his spells while he's rooted. So.
Absolutely. No, it's super strong, and I think I still think if that Pango was an axe, right? I think it's a much different game.
I knew we were in for somewhat of a treat when we got the panel somewhat saying, yeah, this player or this hero is completely unplayable. It's either going to be something crazy that happens or it's going to be unplayable and you get to watch it burn. And ultimately, we got to see the Pango burn.
Well, if they prioritize the farming, they want to give farm to Juggernaut, but leave Pango on his own to do his things. He's not going to do anything, and the problem then occurs who's going to start a fight for No Pango, because that's usually your Pango leader. You want to have this guy who initiates from the off lane. Your two supports are not good at it as well. You have a Sven, you have a Lich. Mid lane is Lone Druid, so you can only thing you can do is just group up and take towers by force, and they were never ahead, so pretty bad game for them.
Yeah, it's also the laning configuration itself was really weird, right? Like, we've seen a lot more tri-lanes in the last couple of months of Pro Dota, but it's been a lot of teams like eHome that are rotating in and out. We basically saw 2 static 1v3 lanes for the first 5 minutes of this game, and what it came down to then is you have a Pangolier that has crappy stats, is really nothing without his full complement of spells, versus a Void that has high base damage, can go into the jungle, can look for pickoffs with that Chronosphere.
And we have a draft.
Okay, and this is all right. Interesting. So this is that first phase Centaur, the Vici special that I thought we might see from them at some point today. They're extraordinarily confident, and you're going to get a Rubik against a Magnus.
Yeah, so far I think Centaur has like 5 out of 6 wins. The hero. Extremely good, brings so much to the table. Especially if you're playing Trilane against Trilane and then leave him solo, once he hits level 6, you can just easily engage or disengage and builds into these team fight items, especially Crimson Guard. If you don't have a hero to siege, if your Centaur is extremely farmed, he does the job as well. So a lot of boxes checked. Yeah,
he's benefited a lot from the sort of evolution of the offlane role from always blink first to more utility items. Centaur is just he's a natural Crimson pipe Vlad's carrier.
And Rubik against Magnus always feels good, especially when you have someone in the front lines to create the chaos. This time, No Pango decided to go for Magnus and Jug instead of a PA.
And it's worth mentioning too. This could be either a 3 or a 4 Magnus. Liquid has shown quite a bit of preference running the Magnus in the support role. No Pango will go either way, I believe, with that hero.
What did you write down, Richard? 3 or 4?
I wrote down Jug over PA question mark. that was what I was gonna ask. As you were ready to ask that.
It's not a bad question.
I was getting ready. I was getting ready to ask that one. So Jug over PA. Why do we think that decision was actually made in Oz?
Because Pango loves this combo, and what they'll do is they'll actually just like build straight damage on this Jug, and they'll go for the Empower Omni Slash with, like, I've seen him build like multiple butterflies on his Jug doing this, and Moonshard. Just it's dirty. It's a little bit of a meme, but
I'm starting to get a very clear theme with the Pango, that they like to go for some of these crazy builds.
You know, and is it crazy if it works?
It still could be, right? But
that's such a...
I mean, so much team fight potential with just these 3 heroes. So many good spells to steal from Rubik. They know what they want to go for.
You can't let Ori have his Kunkka when you've already got the Centaur and the Rubik on board, I think. And then this is danger time for Pango. These are such good heroes for Vici. Every single hero so far, the person playing it is an elite level player on that. Every single hero on board for Vici, the player on it is going to be like top 5 in the world on that hero.
Yeah, seems like an absolute recipe for disaster. So what does the Pango do here to try to disrupt all of the skill cappedness that Vici Gaming has?
I'm just thinking, I'm a bit stunned how they managed to give Vici Gaming all these heroes. And this is a good pickup. Two melee heroes, actually 3 if we count TB as well. So Razor's gonna have a good time no matter what lane he goes to.
I mean, this has been the recipe in Dota from almost the beginning, is that when in doubt, you attack the lanes, especially against these team fight heavy combos that need their levels, need to get their ultimates online. All of a sudden, if you crush the laning phase, that wombo combo.
So Razor attempts to maybe shut down some of the melee strength that we see on the side of Vici Gaming. So Vici Gaming, how do they round out the rest of their draft now that they've seen the Razor actually get locked in? Do you have anything in mind, Lacoste?
They have a lot of wave clear, so the lanes are always going to be pushed for them. Every single hero inside of Vici could outpush the lanes in basically less than 5 seconds. So they need, that's probably going to be a mid-Kunkka. They might swap things around, but not sure what's it going to be. They could play a position 4 Kunkka if they feel like it, and have a better matchup for mid against the Razor, because it's so hard to play a melee into Razor.
And that is, Kunkka is firmly in Fade's hero pool. That's part of the value of that's part of why you see it banned. It's not just Ori on the Kunkka.
Very strong hero to get through then, having it available for both of those players, but now we're going to see the pick from Pango.
Okay, here's another, you want to talk about same comment that we made about Puck. This is another hero in the Brewmaster that was really riding high for a while, even started getting run in the 5 position role, because that passive, now he trades so well in lane early on, and had really fallen off in the last couple of events. I think it's a decent pick here.
Now, we obviously still have one more hero to come in from Vici Gaming, but has Pango managed to regain their footing after, we were saying we're kind of scared seeing Vici letting a lot of these heroes through?
I feel like no matter what Vici Gaming picks as a last pick, they're still going to end up with the better draft. The Brewmaster is a good counter to TB, his illusions. Once he uses the split, just clear everything with the dispel, control the backline. But these heroes are going to be so beefy, I think they're going to run into a problem in the mid game.
I also really dislike picking Brew into Centaur. I think there are just way too many times that you get split and you just run away from it.
I'm not a big fan of position 5 Brew, even though this one is not going to be 5. It's probably going to be 3 or 4. Yeah. But still, I've seen it fail so many times lately. He just goes... he ends up being under-leveled, and with his first split, he needs to do something. If you're not being able to find a good kill or 2 and then go for objectives, this hero just falls off. And with the introduction of Crimson Garden being picked up so much, and even... the medallion on some of the supports, the hero feels really bad in my book.
And Vici really taking a lot of time here, though, thinking about whether or not they want to stick with that Ori Kunkka or switch things up and change up the mid matchup.
Starting to run out of time to make the selection. Finally, it is going to come through.
Okay, and they are going to go ahead and stick with the Ori Kunkka.
How do we like this?
I think you, as no Pango, you just let Vici have too many heroes that they're just elite on. This is a lineup that I think I'm going to pick Vici with this lineup against all but about 4, maybe 5 teams on Earth.
Okay, that's a pretty strong statement coming out there, especially with the case that Vici is in. If they're able to take this, they're going to go into the upper portion of the double elimination bracket. Do you back up Nahaz, though, with that claim?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I love Vici's gaming draft. Way more, it feels like, in the mid game, their lineup feels unbeatable. I'm not sure if they want to help Kunkka mid a little bit with the Disruptor just to harass, or even Rubik, or if they want to leave him solo and just focus on 2 other lanes and win those 2.
So I have to ask, what on earth is Pango's help? What's the opening for them? How do they extend this? How do they get to Game 3?
I mean, their draft is not bad at all. I just feel Vici's better. But if you compare Pango's draft from game number 1 and game number 2, definitely the better draft. Like they have a lot of physical damage. They have a good Roche potential. This Razor could blow up if he has a good early stage. Just needs to buy the right items.
All right, well, Pango's got their backs against the wall. If they can't take this, they're going straight to the lower portion of the bracket. We're ready to see, is this going to end in a 2-0?
That is the question. Rich, thanks so much for sending it on over to us. We're excited for this game at number 2. See if it goes to a game number 3 or not. But what do you think? Do you like the pick? Do you like the teams? What you feeling, man?
I love Ori on Kunkka. That's I was saying last game, Puck is one of his top 2 heroes. Kunkka is the other one. I also really like Centaur right now. I think Rubik's. I think this is a hero that's a little undervalued when we've been seeing like this Magnus like first 2 picked, and you're bound to get spells that are pretty good in a lot of these games. Because you're just seeing like Liches with Chain Frost, and you can get Frost Shield. Like it's a lot of great spells that you can steal at pretty good ease. Yeah,
the skewer looks funny. He's like with his little staff. Yeah, that's a funny one.
Well, now it actually has like a cast point, because before it would just like, instantly cast a skewer in a direction. Now it's like he actually just has to wait a second. But
oh wow. We got some questions of does it tingle coming out from Slayer.
Oh, look at that.
Always interesting.
Yeah, so looking at the Pango to his Razor. This is a hero that I've been seeing more pics of it, of course, but I haven't seen it win. Well, we haven't casted one where it won. We saw yesterday was what Armel was playing it, right?
Yeah.
And it had a great start, first like 10 minutes, fantastic. Died twice, game looked over. It looked very similar to all of these like Razors and Vipers that we'd seen in quite recent past, where you have a great start, you die once or twice, and your game just falls flat on its face. So Sailor's going to have a very successful one. He is versus a Kunkka, but he's versus Ori, who's very comfortable on this hero.
And there are some little things that sort of make it easier. You know, obviously still gain the bonus damage from Tidebringer on Kunkka. Yeah, Coin Blade as well. And then the thing that, Lacosta mentioned, you sort of nodded your head when you heard about it, was maybe the Disruptor going to help out too if they need it.
Yeah, I think maybe you might. Because like once you get like level 3 maybe on the Kunkka, your Tidebringer, like the consistency that you can keep doing it, you're gonna be able to get those last hits and harass. But maybe you bring either the Rubik or the Disruptor just at the start, throw like 1 or 2 spells so that the Razor can't actually just walk up. The other thing is that Kunkka's not really he's not the slowest hero. He's 302 versus the 290 of the Razor, so can get away from the a little bit.
A lot of a battle for runes going on down here in the bottom lane, as it looks like the Pango able to pick up 3 of them. Yang, the only one picking up a rune for Vici.
Yeah, the 2 supports, they are a bit weak. That is the one thing that we do see coming out from Vici is you don't really see like these 2 in supports anymore unless it's like Lich Grimstroke.
Right.
We have Rubik Disruptor, which is, quite rare to actually see these 2 together on the same team now.
Well, and it does look like they're going to be sending Fade up to the top lane and keeping Disruptor down bottom. So that does kind of eliminate some of the issues, and it's going to be a straight up 1v1 there in the mid-match. We'll see if that works out for them. And of course, Ghostic playing on this Brewmaster as off to the bottom side. Magnus is going to try and pull that second wave and maybe pull it behind the tower.
Yep.
So we'll love to see that as top lane. Good amount of damage here. On to Yang. This is something that has happened time and again, and a quick salve is going to make it a little bit easier for that Centaur to live in that lane. As Ghostic will be coming over to contest for this last little CS here as the Magnus is pulling the other wave behind the tower, and Jug push back a little bit.
Yang's just building up those retaliates.
Yeah, it never feels good, does it?
No.
Like harassing a Centaur.
No, it's so scary too because you use your spin and then it's on cooldown and you're like, oh my god, as soon as he hits level 2 it's like a hoof stomp. There's so much damage that can actually come out between it. That's why we've been seeing this hero picked so much more now. Even though the hero was very good even before, he got hit with like a couple nerfs and reworks. But mid lane, Sailor should be pretty happy, but we see Ori, like, he's still 4-3. He can always use those Tidebringers to get the denies, and like you're saying, the Calling Blade.
Yeah.
Just that damage you can't remove.
4 stacks right now, retaliate on Yang as Slayer's going to give him another one there. The lift up, maybe going for it as the stomp comes, and just like that, 88 damage a pop from Yang, although that Frost Shield is able to walk away and stay surviving. Not to mention the healing ward placed down.
That was good, yeah. Naive with the healing ward placement was perfect. I actually was pretty scared for Slayer there for a second. But yeah, you see the Centaur is 11-3 lasted to the 5-1 of the Jug. Like, just look at the Jug is one of those heroes that has a great animation to get the last hits, but Jug, 55 damage. Look at Centaur, 68 base damage. And I mean, Centaur's animation is great. He attacks so quick.
Yeah. No, definitely. Very tough. And then, of course, like you mentioned, it's after you use that spin, it's scary to walk up to try and go for the last hit, even if you are able to out-CS him, because you might get stomped.
It's like, I noticed that for a while, like when I saw most people like picking like the PLs and stuff, the Rise of the Centaur happened, and it's just like, oh my god, I can't walk up to the...
Paparazzi
Oh my
in
god.
some trouble.
The skewer?
Gonna get ran back, is gonna die to the tower. All right, King R making the plays early.
Crap. That was beautiful.
How often do you see a level 1 skewer go in there and just like make the play for him? That was nice.
Yeah. Look how much, look how much gold they got, both of them. 257 for the Brew, 203 for the Magnus, just for that kill.
Yeah. Very nice. It does mean that they're going to be able to bring out a little bit more regen afterwards, but don't like to see that from Paparazzi. Not often he gets caught out like that.
No, I mean, it's a lane that they're dominating.
Yeah.
Like, Terrorblade's free farming, Brewmaster's not really getting a whole lot, but King R changes that. How's our mid doing? Okay. Yeah, I actually thought Sailor would do, I thought he'd be able to do a bit better, but yeah, Ori is, like we were saying, this is, for me, like one of his top 2 heroes and doing a great job.
And that's the thing, is that there's like very few matchups, I think, in Dota that are completely unplayable. And if you're really used to one of them, you know, then it becomes a little bit easier.
Kunkka's also one of those like very skill heroes that I feel like you can do well in majority of matchups.
Yeah.
I don't know one that you're going to, I mean, there's a couple that you can really own in, but.
X.
Uh-oh, they get the X too. Sailor's pretty far up.
Pulling him in. The Fade Bolt's already there. The lift back is going to come in a second from Fade, and the punches takes him down.
And now Ori's ahead in the lane. A Razor versus Kunkka. Kunkka is now ahead. Very nice. Very nice for Ori.
Yang, oh, gets a little bit juked there on the spin, and now you've seen if he can get the kill here. Still needs to be somewhat careful. Level 2 and retaliate. And
Look
we
at
have
that,
another
too.
stomp.
And the two bracers. Instead of going for boots, would make him, you know, get away a little bit faster. He's got a little bit of extra magic resistance and tank ability to sustain through that spin.
That's so smart. Like, there's no way you get away with the Frost Shield on the spin, right? So.
Even with boots, like he's going to be on top of you, so
yeah.
Might as well just be tanky. And look at his base damage again. 88 in comparison to the 59 of the Jug.
Yeah. And then, of course, once he pops that retaliate,
yeah,
he has to be super careful. It's a lot of damage that comes out as the bounty runes are getting ready to spawn, and Fade will have the lift there on to the Lich, and well, looks like he is going to be able to turn now onto this Jug.
Plus 102.
Oh my god.
Because he got hit 13 times. So 117% additional damage.
Yeah, it's down to almost nothing there. Can they get the kill on DY? Not quite. With that, Fade, they give the tip there to King R. Always love to see it. I believe that there was some battle for the bounty runes in that instance, and King R able to get both of the bounties.
Sailor's jungling. He's missing he just missed a whole wave to jungle that medium camp. He's just afraid. Like just Ori having this setup and he doesn't see the supports. So very terrified to walk up because he'll just get X'd and support will come up and his teammates, the rotations, they've got like a Frost Shield that can help, but a Magnus doesn't really help with a TP too much.
Uh-oh. Paparazzi, level 4, skewer back, away from Ghost Stick. They're going to lay on the punches here, but Ori makes the rotation, and
can't get the X, he's
trying. Not quite in range to be able to find him, but on the other side, they do also have here the Disruptor. DY gonna go down.
Was he going for looks like he had to have been going for like a warding mission, right? Walking
yeah.
up in there a little bit alone. Yeah, he has a ward. Ah, tips him back. There you go. Tips Ori, though, because Ori's TP, because he wasn't able to catch anyone.
All right, they see that ward drop down right here. Fade, getting the max value out of just following Slayer around. Yeah, this is super good for him.
Might be able to get a kill out of this, too. You see the Disruptors running over, too. DY. Ori's now not actually walking over.
Okay.
Ori just kept farming the wave. He's like, yeah, no.
Guys, I got better things to do.
Yeah, pretty much. Slayer gets a good ward down the mid lane, too, to watch.
Ave, hoping to get level 6. Isn't quite there. Centaur gets his level 6. Should see some Stampedes relatively soon. But yeah, Ori is... This is the type of hero that can take over a game very quickly once you get those, second or third points up in X.
Absolutely is. And it just gives you so much team fight, just so much damage. I mean, I love Kunkka. This is it's just such a fun hero to watch with all the changes.
Yeah.
Bottom, as we tend to expect a lot of times, Paparazzi's getting pressured a bit. Like he's died the one time when he got skewered. He kind of just left the lane now. He's giving it to DY and the Disruptor, going mid.
Kind of interesting that he's making that full rotation. With level 6 here, they are going to be able to get some good damage, but with the shield off and now the pullback onto Fade, they will lose the Rubik. And kind of some wasted time there for Paparazzi since he couldn't get the tower. but we'll use that Metamorphosis to farm up the jungle most likely.
Yeah, only a couple seconds wasted for him, really. And DY gets a lot of DY is going to have a lot of experience now in this Disruptor. So,
yeah.
All right. The big thing is really just, I mean, this Yang's phase double bracer. Look, he's chasing he's just chasing Naive to kill the healing ward. Because what the hell do you do as a Jug versus a Centaur?
You cry.
You
That's
really
about
do.
all that you can do. They pull back in. Slayer here. I mean, the physical damage mitigation is really insane, but Fade will eventually get that kill. And DY in the bottom lane. Just everywhere we look, people are dying. As this Disruptor is going to be brought down.
He's going to get a trade kill.
Oh my god, he got him!
He got the trade kill, the 2 points in the
and the tip
and
back.
the tip. There you go. Get him, DY.
You feel bad. You know, this guy, he comes out of retirement. He's playing for no Pango. Or excuse me, the Pango. He gets tipped everywhere.
That's good. So less than 1K gold lead. A lot of movement's been happening, but I think the Pango's pretty happy. I mean, sorry. I think Vici's pretty happy with what's been going on here. Top
Stampede, pull him in. They do have the steal if they want to use it with the spin, the boat, the torrent, everything connects. Dude's done.
Yang's going to be such a big problem for them to deal with here. They've got these. The thing that's nice for them is that they have like these protectors for paparazzi, right? They've got the Rum that can come in, but then they have these 2 super tanky frontliners too for him.
Yeah.
And oh, look at that. The TP back to base, but Ori's there with the X. So Yang can continue that pressure in the top lane. Just full reset on the Centaur and Manar.
I think that's one of my favorite things about Kunkka.
Yeah. I liked it when people were, when you see like the bottle.
Yeah.
Because you just like free bottle and you're kind of like that tinker, right? You X yourself, go home, come back, bottle some teammates and whatnot. He didn't go for the bottle this game, but...
Yeah. Somebody else can get that one, maybe.
Yeah, whatever.
So again, the defense down here bottom is going to be stopped as DY leaves. And it looks like they're going to be able to get this tier 1 tower. But the pressure, meanwhile, coming from Yang, he doesn't have Stampede. So if there were some TP rotations, I mean, that's the thing that's tough about it, right? Because, like, Kunkka, he has the X to catch somebody as they're split pushing. But they don't really have that on the Pango.
No, they do not. Not until they have the Blink Dagger, at least on one of the 2 of the initiators, like the Magnus or the Brewmaster. They're going to need one to be able to start fights for their team.
Nice torrent. Catches Ghost Stick on his way in. DY,
Oh, DY,
what are you doing, dude?
Oh, he really wanted to get that glimpse on the Brew.
Oh, it doesn't quite work out, but nonetheless, maybe it was all an elaborate bait as Paparazzi gets the Sunder off. They skewer into his death. Gonna kill off this Razor most likely, possibly. Can he get Razor? The torrent connects. Beautiful play from Ori, and now Ghost Stick is gonna pop his ulti. But I don't know how much this is going to end up doing.
They're going to kill the Fire Brew, it looks like. They're trying to.
Very close. Fade might end up going down, but he pops the stick, still living. The lift up on the Terrorblade is keeping Ghost Stick alive for the moment because physical damage might have killed off the Brewmaster.
Honestly, that was good DY. It may have looked super silly, him walking in like that, but he glimpsed the Brew completely out of the fight. And then they can't actually defend at all. And they end up losing quite a lot as the top 3 cores in the game are on the side of Vici. All 3.
Naive here, just going to spin and looks like TP away. They glyph the wave so he doesn't get the last hits on it.
A little bit more insult to injury, right?
Yeah. They have Stampede if they want to get away from there, but it's not really posing that much pressure right now, the Razor. So 2,000 gold lead so far for Vici Gaming, and inhabiting all of the top 3 in net worth are the cores.
Yeah, it's only a 2K, but the thing is, like what we were talking about, right? Like with the Razor, this hero, we saw this happen in the games. In the game yesterday, we saw too. It's like Armel had a much better start in that one too, and he completely became useless. In this one, there's a Stampede to completely like remove the factor of the static link. And yeah, it's not like he's versus a melee core either, right? A melee carry. Sure, the Kunkka is there, but Terrorblade in the fights is gonna be meta. You're not walking in to link a Terrorblade.
And Kunkka's kind of a weird like melee core too, where a lot of it's the mixed damage that comes out in the mid game, and then one big burst later on.
Yep, I'm definitely concerned for the Pango in the upcoming scenarios, as I do think they're going to start to lack damage, and they're really going to rely so much on King R as well as King R and Ghost Stick to have some miraculous plays with the Brewmaster and the Magnus. Because it's only that 1K gold lead, but you have to feel that like it's just like that looming threat already coming from Vici as they are now making smoke movements.
I think this one was scouted, as there was that ward in the mid lane that just went out. Somebody pinged it.
Okay. It looked like it was like almost on the. I tried switching fog, but I was a little bit late.
Razor is up there top. We'll see if he shows. There could be a smoke coming out from the Dire now. See if they could connect. It looks like they're just going to sit in their triangle for the moment while Yang pushes this tower.
Plus 226 on the Centaur. Do you see how hard he's hitting?
Yeah, that's
300
insane.
damage Centaur.
Gets the last hit and moves on.
Yep.
This is why this hero is just so insane.
He's getting banned first 3 for a reason. It's pretty crazy.
In the meantime, the Pango take down the bottom tier 2 tower. They're going to need to probably respond to this tier 2 mid at some point, whether that's now or when they put some more pressure on afterwards.
One good thing, at least they have like the Empower, right, to make the Jug farm faster, but it doesn't help your Razor. Helps your Brew a little bit.
I think Yang has gotten almost every last hit on these towers. He keeps stealing it away
so
from his
too.
course. Guy is stacked up. Top net worth.
So farmed. 2,300 HP on this Centaur, and I felt like the Pango was already lacking damage. Now it's like versus Rum and a Centaur with this much health.
There it is. The Static Storm down. No split coming from Ghost Stick. He dies. And immediately just need to TP out of there. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is rough.
Naive wants to spin TP this wave. Walks up to the high ground even to do so.
Yeah. There isn't an answer.
DY tried to deny a creep.
Hey, man. Gotta do what you gotta do.
So just like we were talking a lot about in like the Liquid games where Pango's looking, or like Liquid's looking to stall, Pango's kind of looking to do the same thing in this game. Get those blinks that we were talking about on the two big initiators and let their Jug get online. However, they are playing versus a pretty strong draft that does scale incredibly hard into the later stage of the game on the side of Vici.
And this is the thing that I find so weird about like Razor now as a hero is like the item build that he's sort of been forced to go is Yang is kind of eyeing up King R there. But Razor's has 2 bracers, a Wraith Band, treads, and like a Windlace is going for Yules. Feels very all over the place, but it's kind of what you need because you need a little bit of everything. Looks like Ori is standing on the high ground waiting for a smoke to break on him. It's going to break. Ghost Stick, Invis Rune.
Invis, this could be big. This is what they need.
Him. Scouting out in the area. They saw him move into range with that Sentry Ward that was on the ground.
Caught him for just a quick second.
And immediately everybody's back. But yeah, waiting for those Blink Daggers to come out.
But Yang's got his finished already before they do, on top of Phase Boots, on top of Vanguard, on top of 2 bracers.
Yeah, he's big.
Nice. He's tough.
I think like Crimson's still pretty good in this game for him here, most likely.
The only problem is that there's the Brewmaster who can dispel it.
Right.
He can dispel the guard with the Wind Panda. Probably still could be quite good because the damage, like we said, is already like pretty negligent on the side of the Pango, so I think he might still just go for it anyway. I think Crimson's just a great item, and it's not like he can always use the Dispel to get rid of it. It's just he can use it, but I think it's still a great pickup if the Centaur goes for it.
Occasionally I've seen Ags have the double down of damage reduction.
Yeah.
Could also be really nice. But right now, Paparazzi and the rest of Vici moving in to take down Roshan. The pings are coming out, and it does look like Brewmaster is moving into position.
Oh, Ori X'd himself to defend bottom.
He glimpsed him! Ori, he ended up getting glimpsed double back. So the catch, there's the stun on 2. Are they going to be able to bring him down at all? Already they've lost the Lich. The Sunder gets off, which means Razor's down at very low HP. We're able to get the boat on him, and he is done. RP onto 1. This feels really bad if you are the Pango. They're going to lose 2. They get the split off, but what's this really going to follow up be here? They have Naive
5.
Chase. Omni Slash maybe on a Paparazzi. That could possibly be an opening here. He's looking for the catch. Can they get him? The stun, but the Torrent! It connects. Amazing play, but the Paparazzi going to be able to walk away, still living through this. And it is not nearly enough damage. Metamorphosis has worn off, and, well, it wasn't stealing of the Primal Split, but Ghost Stick is still going to die. And they did kind of buy some time to pull back here.
Oh, my God. Oh, okay, he manted it.
Nice job there by Naive. Able to get away. That was really close. He was dead if he goes back there. And that might actually be enough to come and contest Roche again, because everybody's respawning. They don't have Metamorphosis. They pull back in here onto Yang, trying to get this guy dead. He is going to get lifted up there with the Yule Scepter. And this is a big kill. Top net worth in the game, now going to Juggernaut. And Roche is open for them.
Still pretty healthy.
I mean, they're thinking about it.
That was a 4 for 0 at the start of that there. And then Yang dying makes it a 4 for 1. How are the ultis looking? We've got 12 seconds left on Disruptor ulti.
Right now, though, Kunkka
Kunkka's
doesn't
out
have
of
mana.
Yeah, he's got nothing. This looks like the Pango's actually gotten away with getting it.
I mean, and that is one issue. You talked about not having the bottle on that Kunkka there. If you had a bottle, could have maybe gone for like the XTP play, come back in with full mana, heal everybody back up.
Yeah, perhaps they just, yeah, slight. They tried to go for that jug. He gets the Mantov, and they get turned and lose a pretty big hero and don't have their shrine available to be able to re-engage into that fight.
You know,
Right, the Pango shows some life.
It's one of those plays that's flashy, but rarely actually is like a big deal.
Yeah.
That was a big deal.
Yeah, that was. I mean, that was great. They committed up onto that high ground for him. All right, yeah. Now it's Manta. Now he's got Aegis. Now he's feeling a lot safer.
So, Pango, as you said, signs of life despite the 12-5 score.
It's only 2K gold advantage, 2K experience as well. They chunked it down decent margin.
So what do you sort of, how do you deal with this Terrorblade here? Because we've been seeing a lot of times just people try and burst him before he can get his Sunder off. Like, what's the way that you do that with the Pango's draft? Is there a way you can even do it?
I mean, if they can get, it's like a multiple like RP or something, yeah, sure, but it'll be hard for them to really kill him before he gets Sundered a lot of times because he's gonna have the rum, right?
Right.
He will most of the time have the rum. It's pretty much if they can wombo combo.
Okay.
On the side of Pango for them to kill TB before he gets it off.
So maybe run in and make Chaos with Ghost Stick first, and then the big RP follow-up from King R or something.
Yeah, or just have some like great vision advantage and Vici just not all in the right positions.
Well, Stampede in the bottom, as they are going to find this Razor, and, well, it looks like he is going to hit the deck as mid lane.
Ghost Stick used split down bottom, too. They're just dead. The
Okay.
Brulings, did he crit or Tidebringer, or was it just Paparazzi hitting it? I don't know. They died so fast.
One or the other, and DY is living skin of his teeth.
Like, that was like a 2-second duration on split. Because Ori has a crit. I don't know if he actually got the crit, but I mean it's a Terrorblade wailing on it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now there's no Brew split.
And what was just looking so good suddenly falls apart for the Pango. Granted, they still do have that Aegis for a couple more minutes, but I mean, they don't really care that much about Juggernaut right now.
No, I still don't think. I don't think Vici really cares too much about that last fight being lost or anything. It was just they used everything. They ran out of mana, and that's how the Pango was able to turn it on them.
Yeah.
I think that's still a very, very tough game for the Pango.
Oh, wait a minute here. King R walks into range, but they were able to get the glimpse back onto one. Static Storm already down, so they kill off the Magnus. Oh, and the nice play. I think that was that an X to disrupt the glimpse? Might have been.
I think he glimpsed the other hero.
Oh, yeah, glimpsed the other hero.
Yeah,
right.
he glimpsed the other guy away. They keep pinging their shrines. They keep thinking that their shrines are available on the side of Vici, though. They're like, shrine? Oh, what the hell? Why'd this one get used? Paparazzi, maybe, using it for himself.
That's the thing where you say it and then nobody says anything. They're like, I don't know who used the shrine. I don't know.
Yeah. Wait, who's shrine bottom?
Yeah.
Why was it on cooldown for 80 seconds? What do we have stolen?
Ooh,
Healing
Healing
Ward.
Ward. That's real nice.
Yeah, that's the best spell he can steal on the Rubik. From the Juggernaut, that is.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty hard to get most of them. I guess probably Mag RP would be top.
I think RP and like Frost Shield / Chain Frost are probably like the easiest.
Brew Split's pretty tough to steal now because you can just Drunken Brawler afterwards.
Yeah.
Another catch there with the Torrent. You got to be real careful with that Juggernaut, and with Aegis getting closer and closer to being reclaimed, about a minute away. I mean, I guess that they don't want to go on him here, so they're just going to allow him to take the tower once the creeps come back.
Needs a BKB next on this Juggernaut. We see him queued up. I think it's still always going to be relevant when you're playing versus like Disruptor to be able to get that, because I mean, if you get caught inside a Static Storm as Jug and you're not spinning, unless you can somehow get yourself on the edge and Manta yourself, push it out of the kinetic, you need the magic immunity.
Yeah. It's too valuable. Have been seeing more and more Diffusal Blades nowadays on Jug.
Yeah. I like it a lot because of how many attacks you get in between on your Omni Slash now too. It's weird to play, like, if you're playing Terrorblade, right, and you get Omni Slash, you're almost like, man, I kind of got to BKB and Omni Slash so I don't get oomed so I can Sunder.
Yeah.
I think we were having that discussion in the boss earlier. Like,
Right. That becomes a pretty big issue super quick.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is like normally you think about in the past patches, armlet on the Kunkka as well as like the Daedalus, and then you can just one-shot people. Not the case anymore when you've got these high agi heroes that you're playing against with a good amount of armor.
Yeah. The rest of them though.
Right. Exactly.
Poor Slayer.
He's got the frost shield. He's hanging out.
Yep.
Preemptively cast it on yourself so you don't just get one shot.
Yeah, he did commit for the full Daedalus too. I saw Ori, he had the Shadow Blade queued up for a bit. Decides he does not want it at all, actually. As he's Daedalus and then just queues up a BKB.
Well, the movement up towards the top side, so Pango starting to take down the rest of these towers. The tier 2 tower in the top lane for Radiant, the only one that's left on the map right now.
I think Vici's just waiting for BKB paparazzi before they look to take a fight. I think they still could take a fight, but I don't think that they're like, we need to take a fight out of, there's no risk in them doing what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
Get everybody some levels. So Yang, just, yeah, get your next items. Wait for that next Roche.
Yep.
Look for a fight around that one.
The fort comes out, the spin TP. Naive, he gets away. And well, looks like they're going to come back, defend their lanes, push them all out, and get ready for this next Roche, which is still at least a minute and a half away from respawning.
The nice thing is, I mean, for the Pango is really, it's mostly the nicest thing for me really is the Empower, right? The Empower,
Yeah.
like look where Jug is. That's literally all because of that.
Oh my god,
Oh.
paparazzi. Dude, you're
wants
crazy.
him.
He turns around, wants to find this kill on a Slayer. He does have that Frost Shield stolen now by the Rubik. Pretty big, and they end up losing that Lich as well. So now they have Frost Shield.
I think that's probably like one of the best he can steal. It's so low cooldown. And he can sit so far back and protect paparazzi because he's got Aether Lens too.
They did use Stampede for this. Have to be careful about overextending since they don't have that get out of jail free card. And as soon as the buyback comes, they're going to back away as the Pango smoke up with 3. They want to get something.
They're going to wait
this.
on the high ground here. Vici's going to wait.
Oh, the lift, the jump, the stomp, it's there, but the RP, they also have the split. Are they going to be able to find it? On to 3, it's not bad at all with the Omni-Side's able to get it off. Can they kill off all of these heroes? They're making it plays. Oh, is it going to be enough, though? Fade thinking about jumping in with this one. The Razor's still barely living. It looks like they're going to be able to find that kill. 2 dead already. Able to live just barely, and they do take down that healing ward. Yang, very far forward. Paparazzi turned around upon, but the Sunder is going to be there, but now he's out of mana. Can they break his TP? No! They weren't able to get it. And now the chase forward. Yang is looking like he's going to be able to escape as well. They get the lift up on Naive, chasing down Yang, but it's not happening.
Holy crap, they all got out.
Did Lich just not have the mana for the Sinister Gaze again?
I think it was cooldown.
Yeah.
It's pretty long. It's 30 seconds. That was clutch by Fade, stealing the RP. And when you're a Rubik and you get RP, it's way better than Magnus's because of that arcane supremacy. He landed it, I think, on 2 of the heroes during the RP. And I mean, Naive, we mentioned how important that BKB was there. If he didn't have it,
Yes.
they wouldn't have even gotten like any kill. They only got 1, but
Well, it did show that you can still fight with the Pango right now with all of their big skills. Of course, need to be careful about getting something else off afterwards by King R from that Magnus. And jump forward, they're going to try and take down Yang here, it looks like, as the spin comes out. They were able to get the hoof stomp there on a Ghost Take. Now the Stampede forward. Slayer is going to die in the backlines. It looks like Yang chasing forward for more, wants to get the kill. BKB TP. And that is the benefit of having that item, as opposed to just relying on the spin.
yeah. And you see that Fade probably doesn't even try to like steal anything else. Well aware of the fact that he holds on to RP on this Rubik, and the fight is so much easier. I mean, it's already so easy for them, but this is going to make it like guaranteed.
Yeah, and he
Now
still
they've
has it
got-
for a long time.
Yeah, now they have a BKB piercing disable for that Juggernaut. And yeah, you look at that stun duration, 2.75. Nope, it's more like 3.75 with the Rubik, or 4 seconds, whatever you want to say.
9K gold
4.5.
lead.
Oops. My
It's
math's
something.
bad. My
It's
math's bad.
rough.
It's like 50%, so 50% of that is 4-ish seconds.
You're hanging out for a very long time.
Yeah.
God, and if you combo that together, it's like so easy to get the Torrent afterwards and
Yep.
boat.
Or you can even you lift and drop
Yeah.
the drop stun. The
That's
drop
true.
stun after the RP is one thing that I've seen people doing more often now, or drop stun after any stun. Lift.
Got him caught for the moment. There's the stomp, the follow-up, every damn thing. The RP to try and save, and I'm able to get away just barely. They do have the X to pull back in one. That's on to King R. Now Ghostic needs to get out of there before he just gets cleaved down to death.
Oh.
And it looks like he is going to be able to get away with that Invis Panda.
Oh. The one thing I see it happen so much, they kill the Earth Panda, right? If you don't kill the Earth Panda, and you kind of like, he is right outside the base, and maybe he thought they killed the Wind Panda, but
not quite.
No, and Fade actually walked up and he was the only one who got hit by the RP from King R in that one.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to catch the Jug, but Jug able to survive.
Speaking of which, though, there's no more RP on the Rubik.
Yeah.
Can make a pretty big difference here. But the Jug barely able to survive through that last encounter. Unfortunately for the Pango, it is going to be Paparazzi now with the Aegis, and they are feeling quite good about themselves. Yep. Cheese here for Kunkka. He's almost got that level 20 for the extra strength if he wants. Could go for the Torn AoE too, but I feel like we almost always see strength nowadays.
Oh, you definitely do the strength. I was like, what?
It's so much damage.
Yeah, it's like these, you take the right talents on Kunkka. Maybe the 25 one you could see changed a little bit, but you take like the 2 right ones on the bottom and then the 25 strength. I mean, 25 strength is, it's so much on a Kunkka, on these strength heroes.
He has a BKB just chilling in the stash.
I don't know why I was saying the right talents. I thought strength was on the right. My bad. My bad.
Let's be real. We never get to level 20 when we play support.
That's not true. 4 position gets 20. No, it's still looking though like so difficult for the Pango. I'm still on board with them needing like a 3 or 4 even more RPs to be able to get a successful fight, and now they're fighting into an Aegis and a Cheese, so it's even harder. Yeah.
Ori's going to be going into the AC next. Centaur about halfway to that Aghanim Scepter.
Okay.
Do have the Butterfly done on the Juggernaut.
They switched up the builds. I saw Yang had AC queued up before, so I guess they're just talking about it amongst themselves.
Right. Yeah. And no buybacks right now available for the Pango. They keep on buying out, which I can kind of respect. You know, it's the type of thing where they feel like they need that extra gold that they have to take the fight. Ghostic gets jumped on here and
very dead.
Not able to live through that one. Does not have buyback.
45 seconds, he's dead. They've got meta. All right, time to go high ground. That should be, do they have a glyph at least? They do at least have a glyph on the side of the Pango, but.
They have the Frost Shield too. Always good at slowing down that pressure throughout the plasma field. Bottom lane is being pressured in by the Juggernaut.
Okay.
Seeing what he can do here. Does look like they're going to go for the XTP play from the Juggernaut, or rather from the Kunkka, who's taking a lot of damage in the bottom lane, down to about half HP it looks like.
Lost all his mana, but he has a Cheese.
Yeah.
I mean, Naive's trading. He's got Empower. He's killing the building just as fast.
That's not bad at all. And going to TP back with another one. That's the Centaur. It's going to see if he can make something happen here. He gets the melee barracks, going to be able to spin TP away, and there's nothing Yang can do.
I mean,
that works.
That is the best thing that the Pango could have happened for them there. Because taking a fight is not possible without the Bruin. Definitely not possible into the Aegis anyway. So, all right. Yeah, you take those. Definitely take those as the Pango.
31 minutes in, and well, this Juggernaut keeps them in the game again. Going for the MKB next.
And he's keeping ahead of the Terrorblade in farm, too.
That's nuts.
Could he do it? Still looking hard, but he is pretty damn farmed. Just he doesn't have anyone else with him is the thing. He doesn't have like another carry. It's just him.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you look at this right now. The Razor is 6,000 net worth beneath the Centaur. As Ghostic is just going to die, and now they're going to pull the Razor away from everybody else. X there on to the Juggernaut. No Torrent to follow.
As soon as the buyback happens, instant disengage by Vici.
Yeah.
They're always, I mean, this is a team that I think is probably one of the more careful about when you see like buybacks and stuff. They just are very quick to get out.
Lift there, under one. Boat landing here in just a second, but it's the BKB already out. They do have a lot of damage mitigation here on to this Terrorblade, but no mana on Paparazzi. This does mean that he's going to end up most likely losing this Aegis here. Can they take the secondary fight afterwards? Split already happening as Yang is going to get stunned there for the moment, trying to bring him down. They have the Sinister Gaze as well. They use the Omni Slash, find the kill. The pullback here,
RP.
able to get the RP onto two of them. Can they kill him off in time? There's so much cleave damage coming out. A double kill for Naive. Can they find any more though? Ori in the BKB, they don't have enough damage. They don't have buyback on the center either. Naive trying to back out and get away from everybody else. And it's just going to be the spin TP to get out of there. They got what they came for.
Oh my god, 3-man RP by King Arthur in the back. Holy crap. They also were able to isolate Yang. That was very close. I think Yang was like a quarter of a second from using Lotus Orb on himself before the Omni Slash came off. That could have completely changed everything.
Yeah.
He got Sinister Gazed right before he got it off.
And now it's a full MKB done for this Juggernaut. It was about a 2,000 gold change in the last fight there.
And he also has a DD inside of a bottle on the Juggernaut. And we already saw how much damage he dealt in that last fight. Now with the DD plus that MKB, maybe like that's what we're saying, right? That is what they need to have happen, is get these 3-man RPs in the back lines for this Jug to just cleave off of.
And the other big thing there, as we see, is how much this Juggernaut's been farming, getting the split push going.
Holy crap, look at the lane, the lane creeps.
I mean, that's one of those things, too, that you can see how this game has been playing out, where he goes down a lane and, you know, split pushes with the spin TP. But
wow.
the Razor getting that BKB off also in that last fight. Yep. The fact that he's actually got some items now. So important. And Brewmaster going for his as well. Almost has it.
Maybe the job from Sailor now isn't really to be much of anything but kind of a distraction for the RP. Just walk in, sap as much damage from TB as possible, get your Yules, live as long as you can, and then allow your Magnus to get a good jump or your Brewmaster to get good setup. Because the one nice thing is, too, is that like the Brewmaster versus Terrorblade, you know, Paparazzi has a Daedalus, so he deals a lot of damage, but Brewmaster can always just, you know, you just clear those illusions.
Yeah. Or lift up the real TB.
Or if you can, yeah, if he's not BKB'd, you can definitely throw him up during the majority of the fight.
So 34 minutes, 11,000 net worth lead, but signs of life for the Pango, who do not want to drop down to that lower bracket.
No, definitely not. Best of one lower bracket, right? Very scary. As they're smoked out, their lanes, mid and top, are kind of pushing in onto their side. But they're looking to try to set something up on the bounty runs.
Can I say that I love this late game decision of Brewmaster to buy a raindrop? I just like fill up my slots with something that gives me value, like to help stay alive, if he eventually gets that.
Yeah, he's bringing it out.
It's like, it's nice little bit of extra survivability.
Something.
Oh, Yang. He saw those immediately show up, and the stun, there's going to be the BKB. Ghost Stick jumps in, wants to find an initiation. He's stunned for a very long time, and they're just going to Centaur ulti away.
Ghost Stick used his BKB. Vici did not want to take a fight there just yet. Paparazzi has spent his gold. No buyback on the Terrorblade either now.
And that was the Centaur ulti used, so an opportunity here with the DD to go on in, and Ori wants to find the cleave, doesn't connect onto anybody. It is going to be the glyph used as well. Have BKB on the Jug. It's really scary to go up and hit it right there, but they're going to glyph and wait for the next round. The lift up there. They miss on the Torrent, and he does have spin.
They know they have to keep it with just this one catapult.
Heads up play there to spin right as that stomp came in from Yang, and they're going to try and go for the glyph, pull him back in, but the BKB popped and head away.
Doesn't risk going for like some cheeky Manta dodge, just plays it safe. And that was a nice glyph though. You saw they glyphed their one catapult that they had, because Paparazzi was cutting the whole creep wave behind it. Yeah, definite signs of life. Definitely impressive for the Pango to be doing this.
And you do get larger on these other heroes from Vici, but at the end of the day, the reason that Kunkka has seen less play is because of the lack of late game power that he once had. The armor mitigating cleave damage now, it matters in these types of games. 5-man smoke.
They've got the Aghanims though on the Centaur too, so now they've got, if he doesn't get caught inside of that RP, he can always reduce like if they don't have Kunkka or Centaur caught inside the RP, the damage mitigation might be enough to deal with like this Juggernaut cleaving, but maybe not. I mean, it's really still going to be a lot on the Pango of how many people does King Art to get in the Chrono or in the RP.
Diffusal, slow down onto Ori, BKB pop, jump in, trying to find the Sinister Gaze, holds onto that Centaur for the moment. They're able to get the split off as well, and he is going to go down, buys back immediately, needs to get back into this fight. They have all the damage mitigation in the world right now. RP stolen by Fade, able to catch onto two of them. They're being pulled apart, triple kill for Paparazzi. And with the Yule Scepter lift up, this Razor's going down. Give that man an Ultra, take him down. They seal away the Rampage. Now Paparazzi actually turn upon. The Omni Slash comes out. Is it going to be enough? He takes down one. He might be able to take down a second. Get back over there. They look like they are going to be able to escape. Oh, the buyback came from Terrorblade. But that saved something bad.
Yeah, I mean, very needed buyback from Naive there. Guts gets in. They controlled him fully before he's able to get the Omni Slash first. I think he did get the Rampage. It didn't come up for some reason, but I see he got the last hit. Okay. But it didn't come up saying Rampage, so he got it though.
He got it.
He got it though. As now straight to that Roche pit.
And this is big. This is going to be everything for them pretty much as the walk around comes. EY, he's already thrown down the kinetic field. Scary moment here. See if they can make something happen. Paparazzi in the middle of all of them. They don't have that Omni Slash as of yet. Razor lifted up in the air. Going to be stomped, going to be killed. 90 seconds, no Razor, and King R pull back in. Can skewer up to the high ground. Keeps him alive underneath that Glimmer Cape.
Fade got Frost Shield now this time. So he had the RP in the last fight. Now he's got Frost Shield, and now there's also a Refresher Shard that they can give to the Centaur. So now the Stampede double. Use it twice for that damage mitigation.
These fights are so tough.
Yeah. So impressive that the Pango was able to make it like this with the way that the game was looking.
Oh, yeah.
And you had literally just told him, you were just talking to me about the Moonshard Jug, right?
Yeah, is he doing it?
He's got the Moonshard in his inventory. So the slashes will be pretty ridiculous, how much damage he can deal during that Omni. As we saw in the last one, he was already able to like...
And the duration.
Yeah, he like eviscerated 2 heroes with the last one. Now... All right, I'm looking forward to this. I haven't seen it with this much. Yeah, I have not seen Omnis with this much attack speed.
So the unfortunate thing about it for the Pango is that Kunkka just finished the AC. And so that cleave is going to be pretty heavily mitigated on top of the, damage reduction coming from the Centaur as well.
Yeah, very true.
But if Ori's not there or if he gets picked off at the start of the fight, then things start to look different as well. So a lot of complexity in these 40-minute games that we're going to hit now.
The thing is, it's hard for them to picking people off in the start of the fights for Pango is very tough.
Yeah.
Because their damage is really coming from their combo, coming from like the boom. It's not like they have anyone else but the Juggernaut who's dealing damage in the fights, to be completely honest. It's really just Naive who's doing it all. The rest of them are just kind of control and distraction.
You can see Razor's even going for a Blade Mail next.
Yeah.
Just whatever you can do. Glimmer Cape. Oh, smoke breaks. Can't walk up that hill.
Yang was TPing out, too.
They're running into the... They called for the pit. Not sure what the thought is
maybe
there.
Just check the runes. Maybe look for a DD, right?
Yeah.
We have 40-minute mark, right? So it's double runes.
Still smoked.
Vici loving their high ground positionings, though. Waiting on this one.
And they had to push out that bottom lane, as it looks like they're going to be able to pick up one of these wards. The big opening, where are they going to find it? I mean, again, it's all based upon that Magnus, it feels like.
Yeah, got to watch Paparazzi, who had used his buyback in the last time. It does have Aegis right now.
Now looking for a jump in the very far back is the Glimmer-caped Mag, who could go for a skewer play maybe. Torrent going to connect there. Scary stuff already jumping in, and Naive is just gone.
Oh my!
No buyback. He killed himself.
That's it.
GG is going to be called in about 3 seconds as he didn't stand a chance.
Oh my god. I mean, the damage that comes out from Terrorblade when you have, like, Daedalus
and
was
just
MKB.
reflection.
It was, yeah, I mean, it was reflection, too. The reflection kills you, too. That's actually something I did not think about in this game. I always have thought about a lot versus Juggernauts when you're playing versus TB. And, yeah, he's so farmed that he just owns himself very fast in one disable.
That was nuts.
That was a very abrupt ending to a quite exciting game.
They lifted him, and then he made him punch himself a lot.
Yeah. I think overall, I thought Vici's draft overall in this game was just quite a bit stronger, and I'm still not really that impressed by the Razor. Like, not even just like Sailor, it wasn't his fault in this game personally. I think it's just this hero. I think you have to have this. This is a dream matchup. Like, you just have to crush this like melee core in the mid lane, and
it didn't happen.
It did not happen.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us for our final game of the day. Stick around. We're going to go back to the panel, see what they thought about that series. And it is going to be Vici Gaming going on to the upper bracket, and the Pango drop down to the lower bracket.